What do we got?
I have a John Wilkes Booth wanted poster after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater.
This is a really, really important part of American history.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell my John Wilkes Booth wanted poster. A pristine poster of this type is worth around $100,000. My poster is not quite pristine, so I'm hoping to get maybe a third of that, and I want to use the money to buy more documents.
So where did you get this?
Well, I bought this from a collector in Illinois. There's only about 30 or 40 of these in existence.
There wasn't a lot of posters put out because by the time they started printing posters, he was already caught.
Yeah, this was printed April 20th, and he was killed on April 26th.
The manhunt for John Wilkes Booth is one of the most intense chapters in American history. And original wanted posters are extremely rare and worth a ton of money. Lincoln, he had like a Union troop with him, right?
He had a private policeman, and he went down to take a better seat in the theater to see the play.
Okay, yeah. Lacked security, and he just walked right up to the booth and shot him, right? Walked right in it.
Yeah, I know John Wilkes Booth was one of the most famous actors in America, and he was even rated like the handsomest man in America or something like that.
Yeah, and the most photographed man at one time.
Everyone knows the story from history class. John Wilkes Booth shot Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater, then jumped down to the stage and escaped. It was just a massive shock to the country.
Booth was hoping to totally destroy the U.S. government. He also planned to have the Secretary of State and the Vice President assassinated. He thought that he was going to be a hero if he made it to Virginia.
Let the stain of innocent blood be removed from the land by the arrest and punishment of the murderers. They weren't suspected.
Yes, and this was the largest manhunt in American history.
Wouldn't surprise me. Lincoln's arguably the greatest president we've ever had. He was the first president ever to be assassinated. If Lincoln stayed alive, things would have been a lot different. We wouldn't have had Andrew Johnson, one of the worst presidents in American history.
Very true.
So as far as the poster goes, they're really rare. They're worth a lot of money. This one's in pretty rough shape. An original John Wilkes Booth wanted poster would be extremely valuable in any condition. But when it comes to putting a price on something like this, condition always matters. And how much do you want for it?
Pristine broadsides go for about $100,000. This obviously isn't pristine. If you could give me 1/3 of that, I'd be happy, you know? When I pulled it out, I noticed the check was a perfect match. To be sitting on there so long, it just proves to me that it has the age to be original.
It does look old, but my big problem is I don't know if it's legit. You know, I'm not gonna put out money until I know. This is amazing. Head and shoulders above anything ever to come in my shop. But I have to be cautious. There is a ton of fakes out there. It's not like fakes have been around for 10 years. Fakes have always been around. So how do I know that some guy in the 1800s didn't fake this? I'm gonna go give my buddy a call. This guy knows everything there is to know about things like this. Let me get him down here. We'll get this thing figured out.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thanks, man.
If this is real, this is amazing. It should be in a museum, but it's not. It's in my shop, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get it. Hey, Dana.
Good to see you. Wow. I'm president of Early American History Auctions. I'm an expert in Civil War, autographs, documents, and all the like. Well, that's an important item. I happen to have a very good client who owns an original, and I brought it with me so we could do a comparison side by side.
So you have one that's proven to be real?
It is absolutely genuine.
Okay, let's see it. Holy cow.
This is the real deal. These are absolutely some of the most iconic documents in American history. Different printers had different styles. This particular type, there's only 4 known to exist. At that time, the $100,000 reward was the highest amount ever issued in the history of America.
So what's this one worth?
About a decade ago, one brought approximately $80,000, and that was not in as good condition. This is one of the best of all the existing examples. John Wilkes Booth was actually a fanatic who thought that he had been given a mission from God to assassinate Abraham Lincoln because the slaves that had been emancipated were now going to be given the vote as well. So, Rick, what are your concerns about this document?
I just want to make sure it's the real deal. I know there was tons of them that were faked.
Well, it looks kind of odd because of the color and the way it's wrinkled and all, but it could be just very aged, so it needs a little bit closer examination. This is very interesting. The paper is a very old, early paper.
Okay.
You know, it's not something that was made the other day. Most of them were right about this size because they wanted it to be very, very visible. This would be kind of difficult to read. Obviously, the print here is substantially larger than the small print here. I have an idea of exactly what we have here. I think we have an early reproduction. It's not a modern piece at all. Could have been for the 50th anniversary of the murder of Abraham Lincoln.
So what do you think it's worth?
It's probably worth under $100.
Okay.
As it turned out, it just happened to be an authentic souvenir reproduction that was made a long time ago.
It's kind of depressing. I was hoping to have a little cash on this.
Well, thanks for bringing it in.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks.
I'm really bummed that the poster turned out to be a fake. But with failure comes opportunity. And now that I got a real one in my sights, I'm just hoping we can make a deal.
Sorry that didn't work out for you, but we'll see you later.
Well, why don't you hang out for a little bit? So, what do you want for this thing?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I can't begin to tell you how much I want this thing. It would look great on my wall. This is exactly the type of item that gets people talking about the store and heads in the door. It's for sale, right?
Well, I thought we were just comparing it.
Okay, I'm just wondering, you know, how much you want for it?
I believe that my client would allow me to let it go for $180,000.
You think you would take 100 grand for it?
I think it's worth more. I would advise him not to take that.
Okay, maybe 120?
That won't work right here, right now.
So what will work right now?
I'll tell you what, $160,000, write a check, we're done.
Okay, 125. Call up your buddy, see if he'll take it.
I can't do that for you. I know you need to make a profit. This would look incredible in your store. However, 150 is it.
I'll see you next time you're in the store.
That's fine.
Okay.
When Rick offered to buy my client's authentic broadside, I was just blown away. I had no idea he was going to do that, and it was really fantastic that he had the interest, but we just couldn't get there.
You can't blame me for trying, right?
Not at all, not for a moment.
Okay, have a good one.
Take care.
I can't win today. The first one turned out to be fake, and the real one, I can't make a deal on. But it was really awesome to be able to see it in person. Like most people, I've only seen pictures of it in books.